What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with the weekly reset update for Destiny 2 kicking off this week on the 10th of October. So for this week's reset, the main season story for the moment has come to an end, but there are a couple of final things to unlock related to season activities. Folks have been asking about Festival of the Lost. As far as I know, that should be going live next week alongside the mid-season update, so there'll be more to come there, but this week we do get Iron Banner, which will be dropping more rewards. Of course, new weekly challenges, a reset on all of the seasonal activities and upgrades, but also we've got the raid refreshes, earnable exotic weapons for the week, the mission rotator, playlist modes, and key featured rewards worth breaking down for this reset. So we'll round it up in the video. As always, if you enjoy this one, a rating below really does help us out on the channel. But without further delay, let's get into it. And so the first thing to mention for this week's reset is that we will see the return of Iron Banner. As far as I know, this should be Iron Banner Control. And in terms of rewards, we actually got a small buff for loot in the Iron Banner in the most recent patch. And players now have a chance to earn Iron Engrams at the end of any match with increased chances on match wins. So those are in addition to other post-game and rank rewards, and generally mean players will have a better chance to pick up random rewards for Iron Banner when playing matches. So that's a positive, and let us know if you plan to dive into the Iron Banner this week. There should be one final Iron Banner before the end of the season though, probably later in October or early November. Onto season stuff though, the main story quest, the Bladed Path, has finished rolling out, but we still get a reset on Savathun Spire and the Altars of Summoning. I believe as well that there is one remaining test in the Embaro engine, which may drop this week, so a couple of bits of seasonal completion still to come right there. But additionally, we still get season challenges, so for week 9 there is Filamentary Magic to defeat targets with Strand, Arc, or Solar Supers, and we get bonus progress for defeating Guardians. Then there's Ponderous Orbs to generate Orbs of Power and find any hidden chest within Savathun Spire, as well as Precision Paraphysics to defeat targets with bows or hand cannons, and bonus progress is granted by defeating Guardians or by defeating combatants in Season of the Witch activities. And then there is Punch Drunk to get powered melee final blows in ritual playlists, Flourish of Power to defeat Guardians in the Mayhem playlist with super abilities, and Boss Battle to defeat bosses in Strikes or Vanguard playlists. But the final challenge for this week is Kinetic Forces to get final blows with kinetic weapons, and bonus progress is granted for defeating Guardians. So have fun with that grind, but of course additionally, Crota's End will refresh once again, and that includes both the normal and master variant of the raid, so let us know if you'll be diving into that. Additionally though, the exotic mission rotator this week will feature Vox Obscura, and so we can pick up the Dead Messenger exotic, which is now craftable. But there are also drops of Explosive Personality, Recurrent Impact, Under Your Skin, Sweet Sorrow, Thoughtless, and Peace of Mind, as well as the Tusked Allegiance armor set from back in Season of the Risen. So if you're still hunting down those weapons or red borders, it'll be a good activity to jump into. And then heading over to the Vanguard this week, the Nightfall is Heist Battleground on the Moon. But of course, we also have the catch-up node for Grandmasters. And the featured Nightfall weapon for this week will be the Braytech Osprey, and we can get the Adept variant of that as well by running Grandmaster Nightfalls. Outside of the Iron Banner though, if you're jumping into Crucible, Supremacy, and Mayhem will be the featured modes this week. But for the featured raid and dungeon activities, initially, we get Last Wish, where you can pick up things like the 1000 Voices exotic. That's a good one to grab if you're catching up and want to pick it up. And the featured dungeon this week will be Spire of the Watcher, giving players the chance to pick up the Hierarchy of Needs exotic bow. So a couple of good drops to chase down there. But as always, when it comes to the Eververse store, I'll keep you posted with the updated inventory at the vendor reset on Tuesday. But the final few items right here, and for the featured Lost Sectors this week, for Tuesday's reset we'll get K1 Crew Quarters on the Moon dropping exotic helmets, then on October 11th we'll see Concealed Void dropping exotic legs, October 12th will be Bunker E15 dropping exotic gauntlets, October 13th will be Bay of Drowned Wishes dropping exotic chest pieces, and then we'll get Vel's Labyrinth on the 14th dropping exotic helmets, Exodus Garden 2A on October 15th, dropping exotic legs, and finally Sepulture on October 16th, which will be dropping exotic gauntlets. But if it's additional drops for Dares of Eternity you're after, this week we'll get Rotation 1 loot drops. That includes the Scatterhorn armor set and Wild Hunt armor set, as well as some seasonal weapon drops from Season of the Worthy and Season of the Hunt. And those of course are additional random drops at the end of the activity. However, if it's the Ascendant Challenger after this week, we'll find that the Shattered Ruins and the Spine of Keres is the featured activity, so if you want to know the location and collectibles for that one, we'll run some footage at the end of the video. And otherwise for today guys, that's what we have to round up in this one. So as always, I hope you found the video useful, and if you have, a rating below really does help us out on the channel. Also be sure to get subscribed and I'll keep you posted with more Destiny content. But otherwise, I appreciate you tuning in today, and whatever you get up to, I hope you guys have an awesome week.